Welcome to Gold Derby. I'm senior editor Denton Davidson here with Izahya Thomas, who went home in fifth place on Next Level Chef Thursday night. Izahya, you made Gordon cry. I think that speaks for itself and the impact you had on him and your performance on the show. Talk about that moment you were eliminated and the emotions that came over everyone. You had to say your goodbyes.
Man, that moment right there, I don't know, it just even though I got eliminated, it also put a whole bunch of weight off my shoulders, just the pressure to win. But, I just wanted to inspire others. And I felt like the viewer watching at home, just watching the journey throughout the whole competition. And in that moment, me being eliminated, I know that the viewer at home was inspired and they just knew, okay, if he's able to do it and go after a dream and believe in something so wholeheartedly, hey, I can do it too. And that was my whole mission there. So, man, I was crying. I was a bit of a mess, but it was just that was something I was passionate about. And just to see Chef Ramsay there crying too, and just hearing, what I had to say, and man, it was unbelievable, unbelievable.
What's it like watching yourself back on TV? Are you enjoying it? Are you having watch parties, or is it embarrassing? Like, what are your thoughts?
Watching myself on TV, I'm still in shock because I would have never imagined me being on TV. But just seeing how well I've been doing, like just living in the moment and doing it at that time was like, it was so surreal. But now watching it, it's like, oh my gosh, like wow, this is insane. I've had a couple watch parties, but most of the time it's just me and my wife. It's a real intimate moment. We're dimming the lights, putting it on our projector, and we're watching it. We're locked in on it.
Well, I think there was a connection Gordon felt with you because you sort of came into cooking the same way. You were both injured in sports. He was a soccer player. You play American football. He would call his sport football.
Yeah.
uh, Talk about the passion for food and when that took over and how you figured out like that was what was going to make you feel maybe a little bit less lost in life.
Okay, so when I tore my ACL, I tore it twice, by the way, but when I tore it and I stopped playing football, I went through a little bit of a depression, like a downtime, and I gained a lot of weight. I went from like 215 pounds to 280 pounds all within like a year and a half. So, I wanted to make that change for myself, looked in the mirror, and I started building a healthier relationship with food. So I had to create my own meals to help me reach my goals as far as weight loss. And I started sharing my recipes online with my followers on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and my audience just reacted so well. And it just made me feel it just started filling that void of football because growing up I thought football was everything for me. That was the dream. So as I started gravitating towards food and just seeing the positive reinforcement from my followers and seeing that I'm inspiring and helping others on the same journey that I am, it just really made me feel whole. And then ever since, I've just been hitting the ground running, and I just had this uncontrollable passion, addiction to wanting to learn more in the culinary world. So that's why, even though I only have like 2 years of experience cooking wise, I've literally dedicated so much research, so much practice, and just so much time into this. So, it was portrayed on the show.
Yeah, I was gonna say you came into this when you were 24 years old. You'd been cooking for 2 years. You get drafted onto Gordon Ramsay's team. What was that like to have him as a mentor throughout the season?
Oh, man, to have Chef Ramsay as a mentor was unbelievable. I watched everything Gordon Ramsay, down to his culinary cooking course on YouTube. I'm telling you, before I came, that's what I was watching all the time. And just to have him in the kitchen with me, asking me questions, finding out what I'm making and how he can help, that was just so surreal to me because it was like I had my idol right in front of me. So just having him as a mentor just made me want to do my best, be my best, and just keep impressing them.
Well, this particular episode was a kombucha challenge. You're in the basement. It's not a great grab. You were kind of working with scraps down there. So you end up in the elimination with Jordan, who had been your teammate all season long. What was it like to have to go into that face cook off with Jordan and knowing one of you is about to go?
Going into the elimination round with Jordan, Jordan was my guy throughout the whole season. We had a bond. We were close. and we still have a friendship to this day. So going against him, it was fun. It was like, two brothers going at it, and the best chef was gonna win. So it wasn't like I was bashing him or anything like that. It was like a friendly competition, and at the end of the day, only one person can win. So it was mad fun just watching him go against me. He did his best work there too, I feel like. So congratulations to him, and I was just happy to be there.
Yeah, it was the Florida boys. I
Yeah.
mean, I was gonna say, what's it like meeting all these different chefs from all different backgrounds? I mean, pros, social media, home cooks. Did did you form a lot of friendships and get to spend time with these people outside of the kitchen?
Oh man, the relationships that we have, especially the cast for season 3, we're all pretty close. We all still talk to this day, and we link up whenever we get the chance to. So I made long time friendships throughout this competition, and these are people that we both experienced the same thing throughout this competition. So we're bonded together, and I look forward for the things that you guys get to see in the future that we all collab on later on.
What's the most stressful part about being on this show? Is it to me, it looks like when I'm watching as a viewer, it feels like the platform. Because if you don't get what you want, you're kind of screwed. You can't make flavors happen that don't exist.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Yeah, the platform is the most stressful part. I'm telling you, the platform is everything. Like your grab is the most important part because if you're not grabbing as much ingredients as you possibly can, like I struggled with that because when you get up to the platform, there's so many different ingredients, and it's like you get overwhelmed and you just start grabbing anything. And it's like when you have a good grab, it sets you up for success in the competition. But definitely, the grab was the most stressful part of the entire thing.
Gord mentioned his restaurants in Miami, where you're from. Have you had a chance to visit them or spend time at them, eat there, check them out at all?
I did go after the show. I did end up going to his grand opening in Miami for Hell's Kitchen Miami. And when I tell you the experience was insane, there was a bottle girl that had a whole bunch of champagne. Like she had a dress that was covered in champagne. I got to taste a whole bunch of food. It was my first time trying the beef Wellington. And when I tell you it was delicious. Same with the lobster risotto, delicious. But my favorite thing of the night was the sticky toffee pudding. Oh my gosh. Oh, if you never had that sticky toffee pudding, it is delicious. And I also went recently to a restaurant that he just opened called the Lucky Cat Miami. It's like a Asian style, small bite kind of style of food. And man, when I tell you the flavors there, it's like something you'll never had before. It is delicious.
Well, you're a social media chef, and that's really changed food in a lot of ways and audiences because you used to either you go work in a kitchen or if you're really like in a very small percentage, maybe you get like a Food Network channel show or something. So what is your goal? I mean, is a kitchen something you would want to work in? Because that's a whole different beast, like working in a kitchen, or do you want to stay in media, whether it's social media or TV?
I really want to stay in media. That's the route I'm going. That's where my passion started for food. Like I said, sharing my recipes online. So that's the direction I'm leaning towards. But I still do have an open mind for doing like private chef events. If people are having events and they want me there, I would love to do things like that. I still want to be around that pressure. Still feeling like I'm in the kitchen with working with the team, and I want to be in that environment. But in a kitchen, working the line per se, I don't know if that's for me right now.
Well, talk about your social media channels a little bit. Give us the links, the handles. We can share those if people aren't already following you and what they can expect to see.
Okay, so you can follow me at Zaydallah, Zayd, the number 0LLA on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I have a whole bunch of recipes that I've been doing on there since the show. And I also started a cooking course, which you could subscribe to on my Instagram. And I go into more details about what I'm cooking, what's the best pans to use, the kitchen essentials, how to cook proteins, different sauces, just giving people who are new to the kitchen the keys to success in the kitchen.
And as someone who cooks, what would you rather order in a restaurant than ever actually cook yourself?
Ooh, that's kind of hard. I don't know. I think I give a lot of restaurants a run for their money, but definitely that sticky toffee pudding, man. I tried, like, after I had it, I tried to make it at home and it did not come out the same. So definitely the sticky toffey pudding.
Well, did you ask Gordon for the recipe? I mean, you know Gordon Ramsay. I mean,
Yeah,
no one's got a better shot than you.
yeah, right. Hey, I might need to reach out to him. Like, I need that recipe, chef. That man, I think about it to this day, man. It is delicious.
All right, Isaiah. Well, congratulations on making the top 5 on Next Level Chef. And we look forward to seeing what's next for you. And thanks for sitting down with Gold Derby today.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let's go. Next level chef top 5, man.